Tun Sathit, what's all this fuss about this movie? What is it?
The soap opera,
soap opera on television.
Dok Som Si Tong.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a talk of the town at the moment.
Dok Som Si Tong, golden flower, golden what? Orange flower? What is it? I think in Thai it has some sort of nuance about a bad girl, right?
Yes. It's all story about bad girls.
A bad girl.
But first, the question is whether the two of us is qualified to,
I must confess.
to comment on this.
I must confess, I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen the soap either.
Yeah, one day I asked my wife, I was reading in the newspapers, I said, Raya, this is, I think, the movie, the leading actress, right? And I said, who is this Raya? And she was laughing, and she said, you don't know anything about it because it's a soap opera after the news, and normally I don't watch soap operas. But I had to be interested in it because the culture minister started commenting on it. All the radio programs, television, talk shows started talking about it.
They're talking about a ban at the moment.
Yeah, banning it.
Banning it.
But can you ban a soap opera because it's too juicy, too sexy?
They can do that.
Really?
I mean, the Thai broadcasting rules allow them to.
So what is the story about?
It's about a girl
Yeah.
who is the daughter of a servant in a big rich family.
A servant's daughter.
servant,
So
who-
she's from the low sort of ranking society.
Right, but,
ambitious girl, trying.
Ambitious, and she's an evil. By Thai standard, she's
Okay.
absolute evil. She will steal every husband that she set her eye on.
Okay.
And she's not good to her mother. She's very abusive.
Yeah.
And this soap opera showcase a lot of sex scenes to
Okay.
begin with, and that's why the outcry come from.
But this is not the first time that a soap opera has this kind of juicy content. We have had it before because to get ratings, television stations try to make bad girl stories.
Right.
Sexy girls, bad girls. But in the end, they must end with the morals.
Listen.
Listen.
That's what the producer said about this soap opera. They said that in the end, Raya will be suffering a lot. But the
meanwhile-
critics said that she's enjoying too much for comfort. She's enjoying her life.
So
too
what
much
is
for
the
comfort.
culture minister concerned about?
Well, it's a combination of things, a lot of sex scenes, and this. Critics said this glorify the people who are minor wives.
I see.
And glorify husband stealing, this kind of stuff.
If you had a daughter, a teenage daughter, would you allow her to watch this?
I have asked a lot of people in the newsroom who have
Yeah,
daughters, and they said no.
They say no.
They said no, and I have been asking liberal, open-minded women in the newsroom, and they said that the storyline and the acting is too much. Maybe some credit to the actress who play.
The acting is good. The script is
the
good.
acting is good.
Professional.
Maybe she's
Otherwise,
she's
people wouldn't be, glued to the TV sets.
Maybe she's too convincing, and people. And the fact that she always play as a good girl.
Yeah.
And then when she played a very bad girl, people are afraid of a backlash on that.
But I've heard a lot of actresses who say they refuse to take or accept bad girls' roles because people believe that they were really bad when they see them on the screen, and then in real lives they get threatened. People call them up and say, "You're a bad girl, and we need to punish you."
Yes, but the new trend is that a lot of good girl actresses in Thailand now prefer to play bad girls. Now it's
Why?
has been
They
a
pay
new
better?
trend. They think that it would enhance their acting, and
So, what is the minister contemplating? What does he want to do with the soap opera?
I think they are waiting to see whether the producer will make some kind of adjustment before the soap opera come to a conclusion.
Well, you cannot turn a
on
bad
May
girl
on May
into a good
19th.
girl.
Well, they may have to cut some scenes.
Or maybe you have to ask her to change the script and say, "I apologize for all my bad girls' roles and nothing,
Well, maybe that's an option. But the disclaimer here, these are two guys who never watched the opera before. And,
You haven't watched it? I haven't watched it. But it's a question of the moral, the cultural issues that are being raised in Thai society. But I have a solution. Very simple.
What is it?
You do, as many countries do, with this kind of soap operas, there's some sexy scenes, some questionable scenes. Daytime show. Children will be at school.
But the
Well, how
children
only
can
housewives?
watch on the internet later.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. But then normally they would put this kind of soap operas in the daytime, housewives, while ironing, doing the ironing, watching, or late night, very late, after
midnight.
That may be a solution. But then the channel itself would not like that because it does not draw enough ratings to get advertising revenue. So we shall see whether this will turn into a political issue or not. It would be interesting in the election campaign that this issue should be raised and ask all the parties to make the stand clear as to what kind of soap operas should be allowed.
I like that idea.
So make sure you raise the issue during the election campaign among the candidates for this election.